Boston, a huge fire started on the Beast Island, just west of the British Isles. Now, this was all due to an intense power struggle. This all started when a plane crashed, stranding several boys, many of them under the age of 12. Now, despite these hardships, they were still able to function as a society. They were even able to hold elections. Now, in the first election, there were mainly two parties with their leaders, one of them being Ralph, and the other one being Jack. Now, Ralph just won in a landslide. I mean, with his main policy being, and I shit you not, he could blow a C-note through a conch shell. And even the crowd was saying, let him be chief, the one with the trumpet thingy. Now, with this win, Jack spoke out, and Ralph was just laying it on him, saying things like, Jack, you haven't got the conch. And you shut up. Who are you anyway? I am chief. I was the one who was chosen. Now, Jack was appointed to the head of hunting. With this new division of power, there was a constant tension between Jack and Ralph. More about that after these messages. Hi, I'm Jack Mariju, and my new policy, Kill the Beast, will bring security, peace, and justice stability to our island, unlike the weak leadership of our fool, Ralph. Now, I ask of you, fellow citizens, follow me, and I will guide you to greatness by breaking away from society and embracing savagery. Welcome back to the studio, everyone. And today we are joined by a special guest that is going to talk about how savagery develops. And he came straight from heaven. And I want everyone to welcome to the studio, Simon. Now tell me, Simon, what was your experience on that island? Well, my experience on the island was not good. There was barely any food for all of us, and there was no fire because, Jack and his posse, they would, just let the fire die. And, I ended up dying. It was a shame, Now tell me, Simon, how does savagery develop? Well, from my experience, savagery can develop when there's no adults around. That was probably one of the main issues. And also, the people became savages out of just fear. And when I was there on the island, there was everyone kind of feared this beast. Well, I figured out the truth. I was there. I figured out that there was no beast. But when I tried to tell them, they thought I was the beast and I was killed. Yes. So, tell us more about this beast. Well, I believe it was first mentioned by a little one who probably saw something, but people just brushed it aside as, it's not really that important. But there was still a nagging fear about it. And, at this time, Jack, he had little power and he was getting desperate for, more control. So he knew that everyone kind of feared the beast, so he proclaimed that he was the ultimate solution and he would kill the beast. And he made all of these claims, and he used the fear of the people to gain more power, saying that he will vanquish their fears. And it led them to following him, and he led them down a savage path, painting their faces, ripping off their clothes, and just acting like brutes. And he used all this, and he used everyone's fear and power to gain advantage over Ralph. So let me get this straight, right? Savagery develops when there's no authority, there's was a bloodlust amongst the hunters, right? Yeah. And you establish rules at the beginning about like the conch and how you have to hold it to speak. But by this time, there was non-existent. There was no rules. People were just doing whatever they wanted. And, you know, this fear of the monster and the beast led them down to like a very fatal path of destruction. You know, they killed you, then they killed Piggy, and then they set the forest alight. They set the island alight, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. So, tell me, how did Jack use tactics to gain power over Ralph, other than fear? Well, mainly he would impose his strength upon other people. He was one of the oldest ones there, and he was literally beating up like a 6-year-old on a post just to establish dominance. And it was hard to watch from heaven, I'm not gonna lie. And on top of all of that, he was power hungry. Yes, I see. Well, thank you for telling us about how savagery can develop, and your experiences, and why authority is so important, so we don't lead to such a path. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay tuned till next story, where a bunch of scientists teach a gorilla existentialism. Signing off on your